Hi there. It's been over a year since I made one of these videos, but it's not been over a year since I bought a record. I've been doing little else but buy records in my spare time. Sometimes quality control goes out the window, but I have bought some interesting things over the last few months, and I've been meaning to do one of these videos for quite some time now, probably inspired by some of Rob Walker's videos. I kind of really enjoy his videos. I kind of enjoy his sort of conversational style that he has, and his music tastes tend to reflect my own. And I kind of keep telling myself to sort of do one of these videos, and now I am. So I'm just going to proceed. What I want to do, I've got 20 records to show, or 21, including the one behind me, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 CD box sets that I want to show. Today I'm showing some vinyl that I picked up from my local kind of tip shop. Also from a record fair, also from some charity shops, and my local record store as well. So just cracking on. Tip shop, probably my favourite find from the last year really is Ambient #1 from Brian Eno. It's absolutely superb copy of this. Absolutely, I don't like using the word mint, but this in this case it warrants the word. Just lovely condition. I have actually got this already, but my copy of this is absolutely appalling. It's anything but ambient. It just makes this horrific background noise when I play it. It's almost industrial music. It should be called Industrial 1, not Ambient 1. My copy is so bad, so I'm just so pleased to upgrade that copy. I upgraded for £1, and this was hidden in between the James Last and the Cliff Richards. It was just sat there. So it always pays to go through everything, because sometimes you'll find a gem like this, and yeah, this was just waiting for me. Beautiful condition, vinyl, beautiful condition. One of the all-time great ambient records. Yeah, thrilled with this, absolutely thrilled. I guess to the untrained eye, this doesn't really look like anything, which may be why it slipped through somebody's net and ended up with all the James Last and the classical records and the Cliff Richards. But yeah, thrilled to get that. Also picked this up. I Put a Spell on You, Nina Simone. I find that I'm sort of purchasing more and more of her music as I get older. Just absolutely love her voice. This is on the Philips label. Again, it's a nice copy. All the records in my local tip shop are £1, so this is lovely to have in my collection. It's got I Put a Spell on You, Tomorrow's My Turn, and Marriage is for Old Folks on it. So yeah, it's a nice thing to pick up. As was this Barry Lyndon soundtrack, from the Stanley Kubrick film Barry Lyndon, and that is on the Warner Brothers label. So pretty iconic film. Probably not one of his most revered films, to be honest with you, but yeah, great soundtrack. And the final thing that I picked up from my local tip shop recently, it's not worth a great deal, but it's lovely to have Walker Brothers Portrait. Nice copy of it, again on the Philips label. Obviously they're not genuine autographs. From the I went to a record fair on Sunday, and I was a little bit reluctant to spend too much money, as I just come from a boot sale, which I'd spent sort of 60-70 quid at, so I wasn't feeling particularly frivolous, but I bought 3 records. I bought this one, Stevie Wonder, which is signed, sealed and delivered. So this is just coming into his run of kind of his classic sort of 70s run, but just sort of predating it. So he was just kind of warming up to his classic period. Never heard this, I haven't actually played it yet. It's a lovely version, lovely copy of this obviously on the Motown label. And it was only £5. It was reduced from £10, so I had to pick this up. I also picked up this Marina Allen Centrifix. It's sealed. It's still sealed. I haven't broke the seal yet, and I haven't listened to it. I kind of bought it on the back of a recommendation on the front, which said for fans of Joanna Newsom. I do like Joanna Newsom, so I'm kind of curious to hear how this sounds. If it's anything like Joanna Newsom, I'm sure I'll love it. This was £3, I believe. Still sealed. So it's one of those things where when you buy a kind of a record that's cheap, that's sealed, you kind of reluctant to break the seal because you know you're immediately devaluing it. But at the end of the day, it's about the music. It's not about the money. Something else I picked up, I believe that Rob Walker showed this recently. I paid more than he did. I think he paid about £5 for this at a record fair or a boot fair. I paid £12 for this, but I was happy to pay it, even with a slight damage to the sleeve, because the vinyl is in it's in immaculate condition. Love Cabaret Voltaire. I'm seeing them play at the Roundhouse in London in October. The only other thing I've got by them, I've got a 12-inch, I think, Fascination, and I've got a kind of like a best of. So it's nice to get an actual original early 80s album. So moving on to my local record store. So my recent record store day pickups was Ian Brown, Music of the Spheres. One of my favourite albums from the 90s. Absolutely love this album. Every track from FEAR onwards, absolutely adore it. Comes with a second disc of kind of remixes, which is also excellent, sort of highly recommended. And I kind of queued at 5:30 in the morning specifically to get this, and this one here, James Dean Bradfield, The Great Western, which was never released on vinyl at the time. So Record Store Day is kind of correcting that. It's now on vinyl. Really like it. I kind of feel that if this was released as a Mannix album back in 2000 and whatever it was, 2007, 2008, I think this would have held up as a pretty good Mannix album, really. Really enjoyable. I think my favourite song is I don't know. There's a few I do like. To See a Friend in Tears, probably. But yeah, so it's nice to get those two. While I was there, I also couldn't leave this behind. Chemical Brothers, Leave Home, which has got 2 remixes on it, and also Life is Sweet remixes, and Songs of the Siren as well. Quite expensive, 24 quid for an EP, but it's pretty long EP, 6 tracks. And some sort of classic early Chemical Brothers. So yeah, I was picking that up as well. The other thing I got from the local record shop was The Fall, Perverted by Language. This was remarkably cheap, considering that the vinyl is in pretty good nick. The reason this was £5 is because there's a little bit of damage to the sleeve, as you can see there. But I can live with that for £5 for such an iconic record. I think if this was pristine, this would be a £30 plus record. So they were pretty generous with their reductions because of this damage. But obviously, it does anything like that strips the value from it. So finally, charity shops. So this is a purchase I made today. This is a Swerve Driver. So this is on the Creation label. It's Son of Mustang Ford. So I kind of surprised myself that this is the first thing I've ever bought by Swerve Driver. They've kind of thrown in with the shoegaze bracket. I kind of don't really accept that because they're a little bit more rockier than other shoegaze bands like Slowdive and Chapter House and Ride and all those sort of bands. But yeah, it's nice to get nice to get that in my collection. Paid up a bit. It's $14.99. It was Oxfam. Oxfam tend to be kind of high end. They tend to match eBay. But it was nice to have this, and the condition of the vinyl again was kind of, don't know if you can see that, but it's just really nice condition. Yeah, so that was a lovely thing to pick up. Pretty standard. Brian Ferry, Rocks and Music, double album. I've got loads of Rocks Music, I've got loads of Brian Ferry, but I hadn't previously owned this. This was only £2. Really nice condition, both the sleeve and the vinyl, so I wasn't leaving that behind. Led Zepp 2, and this is on the original kind of Atlantic label. Not sure if it's a first press, but it's pretty near to first press. When a bit of a story with this, when I bought this, the lady didn't really have an idea of its value and kind of was sort of trusting me to give her a price. At the time, I said a £5 and I gave her a £5. I walked away and I immediately felt terrible about it, considering she was trusting me to give her a value. I like getting a deal, but I'm not interested in sort of ripping people off or ripping charities off. So I went back and kind of fessed up and gave her some more money straight away. It's in a really nice condition on the Atlantic label. It's an upgrade to the later pressing that I've got, so it's nice to have this in the collection. So these next 4 records I paid £4 for from a charity shop, and I was pretty amazed to get them for £4, to be honest with you. So all part of one donation, I think, because they're quite similar in genre. So Pet Shop Boys, Liberation. So this is a double EP. So lots of remixes, Jam and Spoon, and Young Offender remixes. I really like the song. I really like the album Very that it comes from. Really nice to have that, especially for £1. And then I also got, with that package, 3 KLF EPs. So I've got the What Time Is Love EP with some remixes on it. Another America What Time Is Love EP with some other alternative versions. Again, pretty nice copy. And Justified and Ancient. So that's a really nice pickup for £4 from a charity shop. Gwen Guthrie, Good to Go Lover. Really like this sort of 80s kind of soul. Just really does it for me. Obviously Ain't Nothing Going On But the Rent. Very nostalgic for me. I was probably 12 years old when that hit the charts. Remember seeing that on Top of the Pops. Absolutely loved it, and the whole of the album's just got that kind of 80s soul vibe. Just really like it. Really resonates with me. It was £1. It's definitely picking that up. And finally, Music of India, which is a Ravi Shankar album. Really nice, really nice to listen to. Really nice kind of background music. This was £1. It's definitely got some value to it, this one. The vinyl's in pretty good condition on the His Master's Voice label. So that was a really nice find for £1. And then finally, I've got some CD box sets. I really do like my CD box sets. And I've kind of done pretty well in the last few months. So this was from Oxfam, I believe, a few weeks ago for $4.99, Clash on Broadway, which is a compilation with a kind of nice booklet, 3 CD compilation, feels like it should be 4 disc 4 CD really. Feels like there's a disc missing there, but it's kind of like, it's not a greatest hits as such. It's kind of like alternative versions, live versions, demos, things like that. So yeah, brilliant to have that. Also got this from a charity shop, the U2, the Joshua Tree box set. Lots of kind of goodies in here. Really nice condition again. I think I paid about £7 for this. So nice booklet, which I haven't read. 3 CDs. Sorry, obviously main album plus demos, and then some prints. Surprisingly, Bono looking very pensive in most of them, which is a incredible surprise. Can Bono look anything but pensive? Look at that. That's the definition of pensive. Yeah, that was good to pick up. And then Bessie Smith. This was 50p in a charity shop. So Roots and Blues. It's part of a kind of a I think it's volume number 4. I don't know how many volumes there were that were released. So nice booklet, 2 CDs. Yeah, it's a nice package. Don't think it's ever been played because the CDs are immaculate. Somebody's obviously paid £7 in the past. This was from a boot fair for £2. Humble Pie, The Immediate Years. Kind of get the impression that it's more than it is really, but it's only a couple of CDs and a booklet. But that's again, it's a nice thing to have. Again, the CD's in immaculate condition. Elvis Presley. I think this was £3. It's a 5 CD collection. Again, with a booklet. Kind of 60s masters. This was 50p. I'm not a huge Enya fan, but this is quite a rare thing actually. When you kind of look this up, it kind of collects all of her kind of early works. It's 4 discs. Again, booklet and a crushed velvet cover, which kind of makes sense for Enya's music. It's the sound of Enya in touch. And there's one other thing that is out of my reach. Had to get this for £1 at a boot sale. A celebration of Peter Sellers. So it basically compiles. You see Peter Sellers vinyl in pretty much every charity shop, but I've never seen them on CD before. And this kind of collects them all together. So you get, again, comes with a nice booklet, picture of him on the front, and comes with 4 CDs. So again, you see these on vinyl for £1 all the time in charity shops, but you rarely see them on CD. I've not seen this before. I've not come across this before. So for £1, I wasn't leaving that behind. So on a comical note, I'll close out. My next video will be kind of some interesting finds from recent boot sales I've attended. All right, thanks a lot. Cheers. Bye-bye.